So a little quick update on what's going on here at Chop's Garage. So the Fiat 500 I sprayed the door on. That's baking in the sun, ready for me to flat and polish back. I have found a problem though. I sprayed the can. I got 2 cans from the motor from my supplier a day apart. I've sprayed both on the end of a bit of metal. I can't find a bit of metal now. I wanted to show you. One's white one side, one's cream the other side. So one day apart, somehow they've managed to get 2 different colours. It's not the closest. I haven't machine polished this yet, but I'm whiter here, creamer here. My concern is I use the 2 cans, and when I flat and polish this, if I go for one layer, I could potentially bring up the other white and have problems. So I'm just letting it all sit and bake in the sun at the moment. We'll come back to that later. I'll machine polish all that off and wet sand it, and we'll see how we're getting on with it. It may well be that, as some of the people in the comments want me to, I'll take it to a professional to do it. We'll have to see how it looks after that's done. There's enough money in it for me to pay maybe £300 if someone will do it for £300, spray that, so that might have to be done. I always say to you guys, I'm always straight with you, big panels with the rattle can is not a good idea. Small panels is, big panels aren't. So I normally get Stu to spray that, and it may well he ends up spraying that and improving it. But as I always say to you, paint, when things don't look quite right, just let it sit for a bit, come back to it later on. So I'm letting that bake in the sun, and we'll come and flat back later on. But I've got some new arrivals. I've got another Fiat 500. This is a 2011 1.2 Lounge with 50,000 miles on. Now I did drive up with Adrian, my driver guy, to Blackbush on Saturday. I thought I'd try and save a bit of money and drive one of the cars back. I bought 2 cars. So we picked up this one. This one was transported. Gosh, that Blackbush is huge, isn't it? Completely different to our Devon Bridgewater site. You turn up at Bridgewater, you say hi, get your keys, get your envelope, walk out, pick up your car. There, oh my goodness, completely different kettle of fish. You've got to go for all kinds of security checks. You've got to be driven to where the cars are. It's so huge. I have to say, everyone there was super nice. Really nice people at Blackbush. Everyone was really friendly. So yeah, anyway, picked up this one. So yeah, so big shout out to the people at Blackbush BCA. If anyone sees this video in management of BCA, give those people a pat on the back, because they didn't know me from Adam and they were blooming lovely to me. Anyway, so back onto this. 50,000 miles, 2011. We transported up here. It's a bit grimy there where I've taken the stickers off. I need to get it cleaned up, but really pleased with this buy. Drives really nicely. Interior, the checked interior on it is super clean. Normally these get marked up really bad. It really clean. The bodywork's really clean. This one should come up nice. Fingers crossed it's a stick it out of door job. It's got Continentals all the way around. It's got a really good service history on it. So this will be a car that I do ask good money for. I know the market for Fiat 500s, and there's a lot of ropey ones out there. This is a really good one. I've got a next thing though, before I start cleaning it up and doing too much, I'm sticking it for its MOT, and we'll see what it needs on that front. The other purchase was, I've got somebody interested in the Dacia now, so we'll see how it goes with that. Nothing on the grey Corsa. I put it up for 1995. That 2010 was 70,000 miles on 5-door, nice condition. But the sun is absolutely blazing down here in Devon moment, and sales always go a bit quiet with us when the sun's blazing. Only asking 995 now for the little Chevy Matiz with 55,000 miles on a long MOT that I drove all the way back from Bristol, ran like a champ. That's a bargain of a car. Won't talk about the blue Corsa, will we? So the other thing I picked up was another Corsa, and I said I wasn't going to buy Corsas, didn't I? But this one is a 2013, although it's got a 51 plate on it. Someone kept the plate for some reason. I don't know what it's supposed to spell out to them, but anyway, it is a 2013. It's only done 50,000 miles. I drove this one back from Bridgewater, from Blackbush, so that was like a 3.5–4 hour journey all the way back. Did not miss a beat. Did not miss a beat. Did great fuel economy, cruised nicely. It's a 1.2 energy. It's in really good nick. It's in really good nick inside. No marking of the seats at all. They're on great condition. Just needs a basic clean. Things to do on this one. Alloys are all curbed. So they're all curbed up all the way around. And the front grille was cracked and had been sprayed black badly. So I've got that off at the moment. I'll show you that in a second. Reason I'm repairing it, looking online, the used grill's like 80 quid, so it's worth an hour of my time just fixing up the old grill. And I've got an idea with this one. I'm noticing that the limited edition Corsas are selling for a premium, and they have gloss black wheels, gloss black wing mirrors. I think you still have a chrome grille, but I'm going to do gloss black. And I'm not going to try and say this is a limited edition, I'm just going to make it look a bit like one, so I think it'll sell a bit quicker, as I've got to paint the wheels anyway. May as well do them gloss black, do the wing mirror covers and the grille. It's going to be put a few hours into it, but this one needs an MOT as well. And it's got, again, got good tyres all round on it. It's got winter tyres on the front, someone's put winters on, so I'll probably change it out for some summer tyres. But no, it seems in really good nick overall. I don't think I've got any history of this one. I need to make some phone calls. I've got a feeling it probably will have a history somewhere. Obviously, being a 1.2 Vauxhall 1, timing chain sounds alright. That was the first thing I checked. Didn't use any coolant on the way back. Like I say, hummed along absolutely fine. I couldn't find, touch wood, anything wrong with it. So we'll see what the MOT throws up. So yeah, 2 new added to the pile. Again, I said I wasn't going to buy more Corsas, but I have. Fiat 500s, I'm going to try and migrate a little bit back towards Fiat 500s. That's where I started out. I know them inside out. I've always done well on them. We've got a good reputation for selling Fiat 500s, and I think I kind of moved myself too far away from them. So I'm going to get back into that. Being an Italian garage as well with Stuart's business, you get a lot of his customers come in looking for stuff, and they always want something a little bit Italian. And to be honest, I know what people say about Fiats, but I find the 500s more reliable than pretty much a lot of other stuff, maybe other than the Hyundais. So let's have a look at this grille. Yeah, so I got the grille off. It was cracked down here, cracked at the end there. Even from factory, they've got these little bit of glue on the corners here, I guess, to try and support this very thin bit here. It snapped on this one, and then it's got some black paint on it as well, which was starting to flake off, so I've sanded all that. I've got hold of some new special adhesive I'm trying out on the back to repair these cracks, and we'll see how that goes in a minute. But like I say, I'll probably spray that gloss black, do the wing mirrors gloss black and the wheels gloss black. So that new stuff's gone rock solid. Forget the name of it now. A guy came by with a van. I'm a sucker for a salesperson because I know how hard the job is. He came around with a van, and he specialises in stuff like this. I think normally for big people bigger than me, but it was quite expensive setup. He had a gun, prep spray, a primer, but he did show me it in action, and I have to say it's worked well. So it's held the crack together. So what I've got now is a little file, and I've got to create a V in the crack. If I just paint over the crack, the paint will keep showing that crack there. So what I've got to do is V it out, so I've got a recess, and then put a bit of filler in, tidy it up, then filler primer it, and then I'll gloss black it. It's probably going to take me an hour in total, but it would have cost me 80 quid to get one that I'd still want to spray black anyway. So I think at the end of the day it's worth doing. If it was 20 quid I'd just get another one in, but anyway, let's crack on. Just to show you it in action, I'm literally just using this V-shaped one. Got this little pack of files, and I'm just running it through the middle of the crack there to V it out so I can put some filler in there and smooth it over. So I filled that crack and sanded it, so now I need to give it a coating with filler primer. I did find that bit of metal, by the way, with the 2 different colour whites on it. Don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but that is white from one delivery and that is white from another delivery. Exactly the same paint code from the same supplier, just on 2 different days. Shows you one of the challenges with painting. You need to get all your paint in one batch, but neither of them are particularly close to the manufacturer's colour, I have to say. So well, we'll have to see about that. Like I say, I'll let it harden off, we'll flood it back and we'll see what it looks like. Apologies, I got carried away and forgot to record. So we've covered it with the filler primer, and now we put our first coat of the gloss black on. So we'll put about 3 more coats of that on. Advantage today, nice and sunny, I can let stuff dry off quite quickly. So I'll let this tack off for about, probably in this heat, probably only about 5-6 minutes, and then get another coat on. We want to get it on pretty thick, give a really nice shine. There we go, just got to let it dry now and see where we are to. But we've got a nice gloss black to it, hopefully that'll dry out nicely. Right, I was getting behind, I didn't get a lot done today. I did that radiator on the KA, I had a load of paperwork to do, and I just got behind on everything. Had to redo that grille, which obviously I think I covered already, that's looking alright now. But I really wanted to crack on with this course and get it ready for the weekend. So I got the covers off of the wing mirrors. Little tip on that, you need to press the glass in and tilt it until you've got room to get a screwdriver in, and press the clip that sits in behind here, and then they pop straight off. So I got the covers off of that, because obviously spraying them on the car is a headache. Got the wheels off, I 80 gritted on a DA all the scratches out of the wheels. Then I did a 120 and then a 400, and then I keyed them up with a 600 grit Scotch pad. I used etch primer because obviously you got bare metal after doing the sanding, so I used etch primer. Then I used filler primer, and then I used the gloss black paint. Gloss black is a really hard one to paint with, because basically if you don't put it on completely even, you get dry spots on it, so you have to lay it quite wet, but still do a dust coat, then do a second lighter dust coat, then a third wet coat, making sure that I got in all the spokes and really laying it on quite wet. You can't stop anywhere really, because otherwise you end up with a little dry spot on the wheel. So if you start on this spoke and go all the way around, when you get to the last one, get up close and do it quite wet so that you don't end up with a dry spot. They're all looking, touch wood, looking okay at the moment. I'm not going to say they're perfect, because it is a rattle can job at the end of the day. Powder coating would make them beautiful, but we don't have the budget for powder coating. I don't think anyone's going to pay me another £400 in time to get the tyres off, get them powder coated and back on again. So I think that's going to do fine. I've got the mirror covers over here. They've had the same thing. They were 600 scotched, then primered, just normal primer, not etch primer, and then I think two coats of the gloss black. Two minds whether to put lacquer on, but it's standard paint thing. They're looking good. Leave them well enough alone. So hopefully all this can go back on the car tomorrow. Then I can give the car a clean and get it up for the weekend. This number plate's annoying me. This is a 2013. For some reason, someone decided to keep this number plate on it, which makes it look older than it is. And to me, it doesn't mean anything. Comment down below if you have any idea what they were trying to say with this number plate. It doesn't mean anything to me at all. But other than that, I think the car's going to be a nice little car. But I really do need to pull my finger out now, because I've still got the two 500s outside, and neither of those are up for sale for the weekend. So I had to pull late and crack on today and give the gym a miss. So yeah, hopefully we'll get us back tomorrow and we'll do a photo shoot, and I'll be able to show you some pictures. This has ended up using, I think in total, 3 cans of gloss, a can of filler primer and a can of etch primer. Well, no, that's a lie. I didn't use all the etch primer or all the filler primer, so let's just make that 1 can. So in total, in terms of bits, you're probably talking about, 18, maybe about 25 quid, let's say, plus other materials. It's going to cost about 30 quid in materials to do this. I do think, though, it is going to lift this car a lot. If I just left it white with silver wheels, I think it'd have been a bit boring. I'm hoping now, giving that limited edition look to the car, we'll just take it up that level and have a young person see it and tap up that bank of mum and dad to get them their first car, looking a bit smarter than just a standard white Corsa with silver wheels. White cars are one of those things, they don't really offend anyone, white cars, as a general rule, so they are quite a good bet. Reds do seem to be a big downer at the moment, so I'm avoiding red like the plague. Anyway, as I always say, leave it well enough alone now. Nothing more I can do to those. They are what they are now. Let's go home and then see how they look in the morning. This is dedication to the cause. I've got to pull each Vauxhall logo off each emblem. I don't want to just spray over the whole thing black. So I want to spray that black and then put the emblem back on, that gloss black. I don't want to put a grey trim cover in the centre of black gloss wheels. So I'm going to prise each one of these off, trying to keep as many of the tabs in place as possible. If I need to, I'll put a bit of tiger seal on the back of the large part of the griffin there, to glue it back on again. But yeah, I want to do that on each of them. It's just finishing touches out. I'll just make the job look less half-arsed. So that's all the centre caps done, ready to go back on again. So we've got the wheels back on. I'm just waiting for the centre caps to dry off, so I can put those back on again. But I think it's definitely lifted the look of the car with the wing mirror covers as well. We're looking good. So what we're going to do now is just give it a quick wash and a tar remover, give the whole car a clean while those wheel cap centres are drying off, I fixed out, I don't know if I mentioned that the gear lever was coming up in your hand a little bit. It was moving up and down like this as you used it, but I fixed that. Easy, super easy, just pop the cover off around the edge here. Well, I can show you what I did. Pop the cover off around the edge here. What happened is the splines had worn a little bit on these 4 legs. Grab the shaft there, and no tittering at the back, and worn it out a little bit. So basically I took it all apart, put some PTF tape on there to thicken the area that it clips onto, and now you can see, and then this pulled this clip down, tightened it up, and now you can see that it's not coming up in my hands anymore. So that was a nice quick fix. Again, didn't make any sense going off getting new parts when you don't need to. We're such a throwaway society. That works absolutely fine now. Interior will need a bit of a hoover and a clean up, but not a lot because it's clean. But and then we can get a photo shoot done, get it out for the weekend. So this one's only done 41,000 miles. Drove it all the way back from London, didn't I? So it's got a bit of grime on it from driving it back from London. Let's get it all cleaned up. Corsa just went in for MOT and it passed. I thought it was a good car. It passed, just an advisory for rear tyres. What I'm not happy with is, now I've started it a few times, the chain sounds a little rattly to me, so I'm going to put a new timing chain on it, and that way the new owner can be 100% confident that, you know, it's future proofed for a good number of miles. That's the only thing that really tends to go wrong on these. So with that done, I can sell the car and be confident that I've prevented any big problems with it, especially it's likely to be someone's first car. Already had advertised it last night. Already had a message. They were asking me about finance, which is something I don't do yet. I need to pull my finger out and sort that out. So yeah, fingers crossed that's a quick sale. But like I say, we've got to get the chain done first. Still got the Dacia. The person didn't turn up last night. Not had a lot of interest in the grey Corsa yet. Just finished cleaning up the little 2011 500. That went in for MOT. Failed on the 2 lower arms. Just done those. Other than that, there was nothing else needed, so we put the 2 lower arms on it. They go a lot on these, so that's ready to go, and that's advertised. Still no bites on the Matiz at 995. Mini, I've just dropped the price. I did put a cheeky price on the beginning. I've just dropped the price down to a bit more realistic price now. Just buffed out the headlights on that as well. With that done, it is super clean, this. I'll have to put a picture up of the engine bay as well. I haven't got the keys to show you at the moment, but the engine bay's mega clean on it as well. Driven it around a bit, no reoccurrence of that code. So yeah, I mean, it seems like if I've got one, touch wood, I've got a good one. It really is. If someone's looking for one around that 4K mark, I don't think they'd find a better one than this. It really is that clean. Little blue Corsa, lots of time wasters still on that. So yeah, but it's time to get on with the paint on the other 500. We've got to flat and polish that paintwork I did. The paint guys have admitted they made a mistake with the paint. They have given me another can, but it does mean I'll have to mask up and paint again if necessary. But I'm going to buff and polish it now, and we'll see what it looks like, and I'll have to make a decision whether I paint it again or not.